Today's video tutorial is about timesheets. This tool is specifically interesting for companies that sell hours, like advertising agencies where you work with graphic designers, accounts, art directors, animators, etc. So they likely have their own hourly rate, and this tool will enable you to manage their time and hours and invoice it at the end. So let's go to timesheet. Before we start with timesheet, not all staff members within your company need to have access to timesheets. So let's go to manage users first to set this privilege in a user account. Go to manage users. As an admin, you have access to all tools. So if you are the admin, you can give each user the privilege to use timesheets. And let's do that for Yolanda Bros in this case. Click on user Yolanda, and with timesheets there are two levels. If you enable timesheets on this one, this user will be able to add and have access to his own timesheets. If you enable manage all timesheets, this user can use timesheets and have access to all timesheets. So this is particularly interesting for the one that needs to invoice. Let's save Yolanda's profile, user account, and go back to timesheet. But before we start recording a new time registration, you should know that you need to make an order first in order to link it to a customer and an order. So let's go to orders and invoices. For this tutorial, I already created this one. So let's go there. When you add an order, you should enter a title of the order here. So I will show you why later on in this tutorial, but it's very important that you name the order. So let's name it Design Flyers and save it. For this customer, we add some time registrations for the design of this flyer. So let's go back to timesheet, save it first. Go back to timesheet. And let's start designing the flyer. So click on plus to add a timesheet. What you will see now is that current time and date have been preset, as you see. Now it's time to link the order. We just named design flyer. So if you search for the customer, you will see the orders for this customer with the most recent on top. And that's why you need to name the order. As different staff members will have different hourly rates, you should link it to a sales product too. In this case, we link it to DTP, but if an art director works on the project, you will need to link it to a sales product called Art Direction, which holds another rate. And finally, you can describe the activities you work on here. So you are free to add anything. We call it a first design of the flyer. If you are the admin or a user with the privilege to view all timesheets, you will be able to see all users here. When you don't have these privileges, you will only see your own name, pre-filled of course, but you will only see your own name. So this can be particularly handy if a staff member is ill, for example, but the one who needs to invoice need to add an extra hour before invoicing. So this gives you the freedom a little bit. As soon as you click on save, YouBaze will start recording the time. You see the stop button and the start date for this order. And this product, that's DTP, the user, and the status of the order. So when you click on stop, the time registration will take place and you will see the amount of time you spent on this order. In this case, 2 minutes. Say you go for a break, come back and start working on the order again. you just click on duplicate and save, and time recording is running again. So let's save it, and you see there is another time registration going on. So let's stop it. Now, trust me, you will forget to press on stop sometimes. So in that case, you need to remove the timesheet and add an estimation of the time manually, as you cannot edit the timesheet. So let's remove it. In this case, I duplicate this timesheet and add a time estimation about, say, 22 minutes manually, or 6 minutes. Let's make it 10:59. Here you are. Let's save it. And at the end, we spent 8 whole minutes on this order. If you want to go back to the order in question, just click on the name of the sales order and you go to that order, or go there in the menu list. If a timesheet has been linked to a sales order, these two icons here appear in the order screen. So with the first one, you download a PDF file with an overview of all timesheets. And with the second one, you can import the hours into your invoice. So first, let me show you the overview. 8 minutes at that price, so $7.80 needs to be invoiced. The second item is very handy, like I told you just a minute ago. You can import the specific hours and rates spent on this order. So if a desktop publisher and an art director spend time on this order, 2 invoice lines will be added with 2 different rates per hour. In this case, only a DTPer worked on the project. So if you prefer to round off, you can just change it here, the quantity, say 0.5. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.